Welcome everyone to week 11 of 12 of the Salesforce Agentforce Certification Study Group. This week we have Carolyn O'Connor presenting.
Okay. Hi, everyone. As Meredith said, I'm Carolyn O'Connor. I work as a Salesforce administrator for a company named RTI out of California, and this is week 11 of 12. And as Meredith said, we are going to be talking about the Agentforce and Service Cloud, or actually, I'm sorry, you didn't say that, but that is what we were discussing today. And that has an exam weight of 10%. While not like a giant part of it, it's still very, very important. You're going to find that a lot of this is very kind of common sense if you've worked in Service Cloud before. And so just let's dive in. So first of all, the question comes, why Agentforce for Service Cloud? Well, in a nutshell, it can enhance your agents' productivity, their efficiency, their effectiveness, overall improving your customer satisfaction, which can also lower your service costs because you can deflect some of those physical agents to AI agents. There's several key benefits that come from using Agentforce for Service Cloud, the first of which being AI-powered assistance. The Agentforce can use AI to automatically categorize and prioritize incoming calls, routing them to the most appropriate agent or queue, which can reduce handling time and can ensure that cases are addressed by agents with the right expertise. It can also provide recommended suggestions for responses to customer inquiries, very common ones, of course, and then saving them time and ensuring consistent messaging across the board. Also can suggest the most effective next action for your agent to take in a case, such as if you need to escalate it or transfer it, or if there is a specific solution that can be offered. The next thing is automation. Repetitive tasks such as updating case fields, sending follow-up emails, or scheduling appointments can be automated by Agentforce. That frees your actual agents to focus on some more complex issues that might not be able to handle in an AI-specific way. Workflow automation. Agentforce can help you automate your entire service workflows from the initial case creation to the resolution. That ensures consistent processes, reduces your manual effort, and overall provides an enhanced agent experience. Another key benefit is a unified agent workspace. Agentforce integrates seamlessly with the Service Cloud console and can provide agents with a single unified view of all the relevant information, including their customer data, their case history, and the recommended actions. Also contextual information. It delivers relevant information to agents at the point of need so they don't have to search for it, including things like customer history, product information, and your knowledge base articles. And overall can provide an improved customer experience, which is really the biggest thing for everybody. It can give you faster resolution times because the agents will have the tools and the information they need to resolve the cases quickly. It can also help to reduce customer wait times and improve their satisfaction, and gives also personalized service. It enables agents to provide a more personalized service by giving them a deeper understanding of your customer's needs and history, and can provide a more consistent service. So the AI-powered automations and recommendations can help ensure that customers receive consistent service across all the channels and all of their interactions. So the biggest thing that we're going to learn is that your knowledge base is really very important in Agentforce for Service. It allows you to leverage your knowledge base in Agentforce. So there's a structured approach to building an agent that can answer questions based on them. So first and foremost, you're going to ensure that your knowledge base is ready. You make sure your knowledge base is set up in Lightning, of course, and then the article quality is really, really important. The quality of your knowledge articles need to make sure that your information is accurate, that they're well structured, they have clear headings, concise language, that it's comprehensive, that it'll cover a wide range of common questions, and of course that they're up to date. Especially the more technical your field is, the more up to date they will need to be. Knowledge article field types that are supported are text area, the long and the rich text fields as well. And then you'll need to connect that knowledge base to the Agentforce. You can use Data Cloud. Potentially, as they say, Salesforce might use the Data Cloud to unify the data to include your knowledge articles, making them accessible to Agentforce, and by indexing your knowledge articles to make them searchable by the agent. It allows initial indexing, and then it re-indexes on a daily basis, which you can also manually re-index. And then you'll need to build your agent. We've already talked about that in several lessons ago, so I'm not going to go over that again, but you will use the agent builder in Salesforce. You're going to create and configure your agent. You need to define the agent role such as, are they a knowledge base expert? Are they a customer support agent? This will set your agent's purpose. And then there is an action, and I did link this in the presentation, to answer questions with knowledge action that the agent can take. It's a standard Agentforce action that you will incorporate into your agent's logic, and it allows your agent to search the knowledge base for relevant information. So then you need to have agent instructions. Within the agent builder, you'll provide the agent with instructions on how to use the answer questions with knowledge action that we just talked about. And these instructions are crucial for guiding the agent's behavior. You need to craft effective prompts to tell the agent how to identify the user's questions within the conversation. Use, as we said, the answer questions with knowledge action to formulate a clear and concise answer based on the article content, and to handle solutions where there's no relevant article that's found. And then it'll dictate conversation flow. So you can design the conversation flow using your agent builder, which you need to identify the entry points, such as when a customer asks a question. Again, using this answer questions with knowledge action at the appropriate points in the flow. Adding logic to present the answer to the user, and handling follow-up questions or requests for clarification. And then testing, of course. You need to thoroughly test your agent to ensure that it can accurately answer a variety of questions, and that it provides clear and helpful responses, and that it handles different phrasing and terminology, as well as we mentioned before, how you need to teach it how to gracefully handle cases where it cannot find an answer. So for all of this to work, you need to connect your agent to a digital channel in Salesforce. Whichever one you choose to use is obviously your call, but in general, here's how to connect an Agentforce to a digital channel based on some Salesforce documentation I found. It will work across digital channels like web chat, messaging, say like WhatsApp, and social media, but you need to set up the channel by configuring the specific channel you choose in Salesforce. And then you will need to configure the agent in Agent Builder, defining the roles, the actions, the conversation flow, the things that we had already talked about. So then you will connect the agent to the channel. You're going to associate Agentforce with the digital channel, and generally you're going to specify that the agent will handle the interactions, and then Salesforce will handle the routing of the interaction from the digital channel to the agent. So that's nice. It handles the technical part of it. And then obviously designing the conversation flow, you'll dictate how the agent will interact with any customers on that channel. So there's a few key considerations when you're talking about Salesforce, Agentforce for service. And essentially, Agentforce's effectiveness hinges on the quality of your knowledge base, how well you instruct the agent, and your commitment to ongoing improvement. So Agentforce uses your trusted data to provide its answers. So in Service Cloud, this obviously is going to be the knowledge base is your primary source of your trusted data. So again, as we've already discussed, it needs to be up to date, it needs to be clear, it needs to be comprehensive. Also, a key consideration is the instructions for the agent behavior. What you provide when you're building the agent is crucial to determining how the agent will use the knowledge base and how it will communicate with the user. And then, again, a commitment to continuous improvement. In order to ensure the most effective and seamless customer agent experience, you need to regularly review agent performance, to analyze conversations, refine your knowledge articles, and take a look at your agent instructions and make sure that those are as you need them to be, and that they are clear, relevant, and useful. So here is a really, really simplified example of how an agent would work in Service Cloud. A customer might type in, hey, what is your return policy? And the agent is going to go through and identify the question, in this case, return policy, and then it will use that answer questions with knowledge action, and then Agentforce is going to search all of your knowledge base articles for any articles that you can find or it can find for return policy. So it goes through the knowledge base and it comes up with an article called return policy for products. And then the agent then formulates a response based on that article and response to the customer. In this case, it allows you to return most items within 30 days of purchase. And obviously this is an extraordinarily simplified example. Most agents, like the company that I work for, is a highly technical company, and the responses are very, very detailed, and they're going to be very, very technical. So lastly, we're going to kind of consider some scenarios for how Agentforce for service would work. Scenario number one is to improve agent responses. So a customer service manager is reviewing chat transcripts and notices that agents are sometimes providing inconsistent or inaccurate information about a specific product feature. So the AI feature that they're going to use is the focus on the quality of the knowledge articles related to the product feature, and then they're going to refine those instructions within Agent Builder. It directly is addressing how Agentforce is using trusted data and agent behavior. So our next scenario is handling complex inquiries, unlike the one that I already showed you that was super, super simple. A customer is going to contact support with a multi-part question that requires combining information from a number of knowledge articles. So the feature that we're going to use there is the answer questions with knowledge action. The instructions in the Agent Builder have to guide it to identify the different parts of the question, retrieve the relevant information, and then give a clear, coherent, comprehensive response. And our last scenario is identifying knowledge gaps. So by analyzing agent performance metrics, the service team leader identifies that the Agentforce agent is frequently unable to answer questions about a new service. So what's going to be done about that? Well, this one highlights the need for the continuous improvement. As we already talked about, you need to stay up to date. So the service team is going to need to identify the knowledge gap, create new knowledge articles that will address that gap, and then refine the agent's instructions in Agent Builder to ensure it can effectively use the new articles. So as I said at the beginning, this is all kind of common sense as we would anticipate for Service Cloud, because the idea is to provide the most seamless interactions that we can for our customers. And so it all kind of starts with your knowledge base, and make sure it's clear, up to date, and concise, and that you on the backside, for the things that we talked about earlier in the group sessions about building your prompts, building your the instructions that you have within the Agentforce, all of those kind of culminate in Service Cloud. So this is just sort of the final step of everything that we've learned for the customer-facing interactions that we'll have. So that's all I have for today. Thank you all very much for your attention. Thank you for joining, and I hope this was helpful for everyone. Thanks.